You know, there's this secret power hiding in plain sight on all of our bookshelves. And today, we're going to unlock it.
So, let me just ask you this, right off the bat. Has a book ever really, truly changed you? I mean, on a deep level. A story that just got under your skin and shifted the way you think or feel about everything?
Take this story from a student who told us they used to get angry really easily. For them, reading The Little Prince was way more than just a cute story. It was a total game changer. That one line, you know the one, "What is essential is invisible to the eye," it completely rewired how they saw people, and it even helped them get a handle on their own anger.
Or how about this one, from someone reading The Secret Garden? They saw themselves in the main character, Mary, and as she changed from selfish to caring, they felt like they were changing right along with her. They learned empathy by living it through the character. And you know, this incredible experience, being changed by a story, it's not just a feeling. It actually has a name.
Yeah, this whole idea actually has a formal name, and its history is amazing. It shows that we've understood this healing power of stories for a long, long time.
It's called Bibliotherapy, and the name, well, it tells you everything you need to know. It comes right from the Greek, biblion for book and therapia for healing. So it literally means healing through books. It's the official term for using stories as a real tool for personal growth and getting emotional insight.
And get this is not some new age idea. No way. The ancient Egyptians were thousands of years ahead of us on this one. At the entrance to the ancient library of Thebes, they carved an inscription, "A healing place for the soul." They knew that libraries weren't just for storing facts, they were for restoring people.
So why does this work so well? I mean, sometimes even better than just getting direct advice. Well, think about it. If someone looks you in the eye and says, "You need to be less angry," your walls go up, right? You might get defensive. But a book doesn't lecture you. It gives you a safe distance. It doesn't tell you what to do. It shows you a character's journey and lets you figure things out for yourself.
So the whole process, the way a simple story can become this really therapeutic experience, it kind of feels like magic, but it's not. It actually follows a pretty clear psychological pattern. It's like a journey in 3 simple steps. Here's where the magic really happens. It's a 3-step formula. First up is identification. That's the "hey, that's me" moment. Then comes catharsis, which is this huge emotional release. And that leads to the final step, insight, where you suddenly see a new way forward for your own life.
Okay, so let's break down step 1, identification. This is that click you feel when you're reading and you think, wow, I know exactly how they feel. A kid reading Matilda, for example, they probably don't have telekinesis, but that feeling of being misunderstood, of being underestimated by the adults around you, that's real. They see their own struggles in her, and all of a sudden they aren't just reading a book. They're seeing their own life from a totally new angle.
And that feeling of identification leads right into step 2, catharsis. This is that powerful, almost physical sense of emotional release. It's the phew moment. It's that deep, profound relief that comes from realizing, oh, I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one who's ever felt this way. It validates everything you're going through and lets all that pent-up emotion out in a really safe way.
And all of that brings us to the most important part, the final step, insight. This is the payoff. After you've seen yourself in a character and felt that emotional release, you get to watch how they deal with their problems. And their journey gives you a new perspective on your own. It's that aha moment, where you see a different path forward, and you feel this genuine spark, a real desire to make a change in your own life.
Okay, so this whole framework, it's not just some nice theory. It's incredibly practical. Once you figure out a challenge you're facing or a trait you want to work on, you can literally find a book that acts as a character prescription.
Just look at how this works in the real world. Say a child is struggling with anger. A book like I'm Angry isn't a lecture. It's a guide to acknowledging and expressing those big feelings safely. Or for fear and anxiety, Silly Billy shows how you can start with just small acts of courage. And of course, a classic like The Boy Who Cried Wolf teaches the consequences of lying way better than any scolding ever could. Even something complex like empathy can be learned by sharing the feelings of loss and friendship in a book like The Wind in the Willow.
And here's the most powerful part of all of this. This tool, it's available to every single one of us. Right now,
You don't need a special clinic. You don't need a permission slip. You can start this journey all on your own.
And you don't have to carve out huge chunks of time from your life. Look at this number, just 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day is all it takes to start. This isn't about some intense boot camp. It's about the quiet, consistent power of showing up for yourself with a good book.
So how do you actually begin? Well, it's a really simple, reflective process. First, just ask yourself, what's one thing I'd like to get better at? Then, get curious. Do a little digging and find a book with a character who's wrestling with that same thing. And as you read, keep that 3-step magic in the back of your mind. Look for those moments of identification, allow for the catharsis, and ask yourself, okay, what can I learn from their journey? How can I apply that to my own life?
So the next time you look at your bookshelf, I want you to see it differently. Don't just see a pile of paper and ink. See it for what it really is. It's a pharmacy for the soul, and it's stocked with a remedy for almost anything you're going through.
Really, the only question left is the one you have to answer for yourself. With all these stories, all these tools just waiting on the shelf, what will be the next chapter in your story?